realize I do this show more for myself, perhaps in my own ego, than I do anything else. Now, I often will get a call from a person named Howard, and he will tell me how bad I am. And I guess I would prefer that he would say good job, but I don't need it. I don't need whether he tells me what a good job I'm doing or what a bad job I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to change. But I was in my bed and I slept rather long today. And I was thinking of disparity. And disparity is found in nature. And nature and government often denies this, and by denying like natural disparities, government often exacerbates disparity. Family can also exacerbate the disparity amongst siblings. I'm looking here on Twitter, and grief is the main topic, and it's grief is the last act of love we can give to those we loved. Where there is deep grief, there was great love. And that is true. And this other person says, Donald Trump's incompetent, inconsistent response to COVID-19 cost America at least 400,000 innocent lives. Our grief, suffering, sadness, misery was all avoidable. F him and his cult forever and ever and ever. Mass murdering monster. Yes, I guess that Donald Trump for them is the reason for the virus, and or the way he handled the virus cost 400,000 people their lives. I'd like to see more evidence on that. He wasn't, perhaps he wasn't the best, but to say that he cost 400,000 people their lives is, yeah, something that is kind of silly. And Steven Tyler is now also, but I guess Dominion, I was looking at Dominion and that now it's gone. But I guess Dominion is suing Fox News $1.6 billion. Breaking news, Dominion System has filed a $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox News, arguing the cable news giant falsely claimed, in an effort to boost faltering ratings, that the voting company rigged the election. Dominion will have to prove Fox defamed with Dominion, and this person, Joyce Aline, says, Dominion will have to prove Fox defamed then with actual malice that Fox knew that the reporting was false or acted with reckless disregard to its truth. Should be interesting since Sidney Powell says everyone should have known her stories weren't true. I don't know if that's being said. I think Dominion systems should sue each member of Congress that endorsed the insane theory of voter fraud. Now, again, people had voter fraud about Russia, and people report on things. I don't know what Fox News did with Dominion as far as Dominion is concerned. Washington Post, Fox News sued by Dominion for $1.6 billion over voter fraud election claims. Dominion Systems just filed a lawsuit against Fox News. Can't wait for their who honesty beliefs defense. And this is T-Pain. Today is a good day, and he has a picture of Sean Hannity looking like he's ready to cry. And then there's Outspoken. This person tweets, Fox News joined my pillow guy, Rudy Giuliani, and Sidney Powell slapped with massive $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit by Dominion Voting Systems. And CNN, just in, a second election technology company has filed a lawsuit against Fox News. In a $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit, Dominion, the target of baseless conspiracy theories about the 2020 election, says the network, recklessly disregarding the truth. Perhaps CNN is one to talk. Now, I'm not going to, okay. So, first words, Dominion was rejected by Texas for use in the 2020 election. The Texas AG, we have not approved these voting systems based on repeated software and hardware issues. They were not accurate and they failed. They had a vulnerability to fraud and unauthorized manipulation. Good point, I'm going to write. Examination of the facts. And when there are irregularities, are we allowed to examine facts, I guess? And Vernon Jones says, it's been 130 days since 2020 election, and Governor Kemp hasn't discounted use of Dominion voting machines. If I run for governor and I'm elected, I will take immediate steps to do it on day one. And one says, Mitch County, other states stop using Dominion machines. Is Dominion voting saving democracy 1 billion at a time? There's a congressman from Arizona. A poll by Dominion Voting System said Biden's press conference approval was 90%. So yeah, there's a lot of manipulation out there. And however you want to put that manipulation. Something that I've never seen as much of as I do today. Biden's first press conference. And why is North Carolina paying this proud son of Confederate veterans to lock up a black man? Get up to this. Kevin Stone, who denies that he is racist or a member of a white supremacist group, is a statewide head of the North Carolina chapter of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, the fraternity of direct descendants of Confederate soldiers that the Southern Poverty Law Center describes as dominated by racial extremists. He is also the founder and national commander of, I don't know how to say the word, I think it's Mechanized Cavalry Heritage Defense, the motorcycle gang with reported ties to hate groups. And the Outlaw Biker Club, whose motto is ride as you would with the forest, as the Confederate General Nathan Bedford Forrest, the first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. Last year, Stone was elected leader of the CVC's Army of North Virginia, giving him oversight of the organization's dealing in several Atlantic states. In easily discoverable photo across the internet, Stone, a motorcycle vest bearing insignia with a notorious neo-Nazi group. I don't know what that insignia is. Notorious. In easily neo-Nazi group, white power hand signs and stands along some of the biggest names in the white supremacist movement. And Kevin Stone is also a probation officer, meaning North Carolina has given him legal authority over the lives and freedoms of black and brown folks ensnared by the state's system of criminal justice. Since last summer, uprising following the police murder of George Floyd, once they call it an uprising, I click off. It was a riot. Uprising, how? I'm just kind of curious. It's kind of a silly argument. And I'm not going to go into further detail on that. Anti-Semitic play calls cost high school his job. Okay, not going to play the clip here, so it's on. How could a high school football coach think anti-Semitic play calls were appropriate? There are hundreds of thousands of words in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, plus an infinite number of expressions like names and admired athletes that aren't in the massive book. Yet, with many options at the disposal, the head coach at the Duxbury High in Massachusetts reportedly went with Auschwitz, Hitler, and the Holocaust for some of his audible calls. Auschwitz, okay, I know what Auschwitz is. So yeah, I don't necessarily understand why someone would do that. It's kind of silly. Now Ronda Rousey is trending. It makes sense to see why Ronda Rousey's hairline was able to handle those cornrows. Okay, Ronda Rousey being black is not news I was prepared for. I guess, yeah. Ronda Rousey's great grandfather was Dr. Alfred E. Waddle. Okay, so yeah. Ronda Rousey came to fame, and then I don't want to say she quickly fizzled out, but you know, her personality's not that likable. And I'm surprised after she lost the two last fights, that she continued to have a claim to fame. It's kind of silly. I think the next show I'll be a little bit more prepared, but I just thought I'd come up and kind of wing it. And I haven't eaten yet, and I don't think I will for a while. But I just wanted to get myself kind of ready and prepared. So I'm going to play some different music. I'm going to play us out. And if you like this show, I guess like and subscribe. If you don't, hopefully you'll listen again, and I'll have done better. Either way, that's okay. Anyway, those few that do listen, I do thank you for listening. I think I mainly do this for myself. Anyway, I'm going to take a deep, relaxing shower, and hopefully this will get a few listens. I don't know how it will sound. Anyway, thank you for listening.